good evening, and welcome here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth. Whoa, once again with Lance Rock as we get ready for tonight's state-ranked clash between the Pequot Lakes Patriots and the Perham Yellow Jackets. Should be a fun one here tonight. Yellow Jackets come in with a record of 10-2, while Pequot Lakes comes in at 10-1.
Right, and a lot of times when it's a non-section, conference opponent, Jason, you don't have a lot of common variables to go to, but we have a couple really good ones to look at this matchup tonight. The first one is Esco. Esco came into Perham and really kind of gave that second night of, is the streak going to end here? And Perham ended up beating them 64-61. Pequot Lakes has also played Esco in the year and beat them 59-58. So right there is one, and then I'm going to probably let you highlight the other one, which was DGF, which was a great game here in Perham.
Yeah, that one, the Yellow Jackets ended up rallying and getting a big win there, knocking off DGF 72-69 in what was a thrilling contest here at the Hive earlier in the season. And Pequot Lakes on the other side lost in overtime to DGF 71-69. So two very similar contests that a basket here and there goes the other way for both teams.
And both games going into overtime. And watch the end of that one, and I believe Leach hit a big bucket, which doesn't surprise me. That sophomore from DGF is a really talented young man and kind of caused fits for the Yellow Jackets as well. So on paper, QRF ranking, Pequot 9, Perham 12. So you can't get a whole lot closer than that as we're looking at record. We're looking at QRF ranking, and just looking at the two teams on paper, they look pretty darn close together, Jason.
They've had some close meetings throughout the years. Perham with the edge last year. They rolled in Pequot Lakes, and usually this is one of the games that's the last one before the playoffs, but COVID has kind of changed things a little bit schedule-wise, and Perham defeated Pequot Lakes last year 73-48. Prior to that, it was 81-52. They had a 5-point game in 2018 where Perham knocked out Pequot Lakes 59-54, and then in March 3rd of 2017, Perham defeated Pequot Lakes by 4, and then it was by 5 the year before that. So the edge has gone to Perham of late, but Pequot Lakes has got some guys that can make some noise, and they'll look to change that around if you're a Patriots fan.
Right, and you look at both sides warming up here, and one of the things that I see that kind of stands out is just the sheer size of the Pequot Lakes kid, Jason. And I see you look at their program, and it's 6'6", 6'6", 6'6", 6'2", 6'3". So a lot of times you looked at Barnesville coming in last night, and one of the things that looked like an obvious edge to me was Perham's size, which usually we're always talking about Perham's length with Diggins, and you talk about Soren Anderson and Grant McMartin and Elijah Morris, all kids that are like 6'2" in that general area. Tonight I'm not so sure we'll have that matchup all the time with us having the size advantage.
We'll take a quick timeout, come back with your starting lineups for tonight's contest between the Patriots and the Yellow Jackets live from the Hive on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Ready to roll?
Yep.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. As we get ready to go for a battle between Pequot Lakes and Perham, the Yellow Jackets ranked 15th in the state with a record of 10-2. Pequot Lakes ranked 13th in the state. In the most recent poll, they're 10-1 overall on the season.
Yeah, I'm looking for up-tempo game. I was, as you do the little research, it looks like that Pequot likes to get up and down the floor. They've been averaging in the 70 points, giving up about 50 points a game, and little more controlled tempo on the Yellow Jacket side. So usually I say quick start, up tempo for the Jackets, but I think in this case we might have to flip this around, Jason, and say that the control aspect might have to go to the Yellow Jackets. I'm not sure that they want to get into that game going up and down the floor with Pequot Lakes.
I think tonight you mentioned that, and one way to keep a team from getting up on the floor, scoring quick, I think getting back on defense, and that's going to be key. Everyone knows Perham likes to play pressure, half-court, man-to-man defense. They're going to need to do that tonight. I think they're going to want to control the pace, and they're going to have to do it on the defensive end tonight against this Pequot Lakes team.
Right, and I just, you look at it, it's hard to tell. When you look at teams that you haven't seen before, have the Patriots seen the kind of pressure defense that usually night in and night out the Yellow Jackets bring? And I know that's one thing that Coach Cressup really strives for each night is he. I remember when I was coaching with him, he'd always say, we can control our energy on defense. Even if shots don't fall, we can always control that. So I know that that's one of the things they're going to focus on is shutting down some of the things that the Patriots want to do.
Starting lineups for the Patriots, they're going to go with Bodie Magnuson, a 5'10 senior. Also a 6'1" senior, Alex Morgan. A 5'10" senior, Ryan Monahan, wearing number 33 tonight. Starting as a sophomore, 6'1" sophomore, Eli Leposki. And starting at forward as 6'6" junior, Sam Rice-Savvy. Rich Spitzka, the head coach of the Patriots, Greg Marteg, Luke Friedrich, the assistant coaches for the Patriots. Yellow Jackets will counter with the usual starting five, starting at a guard, a 5'10" junior, number 4, Marcus Belka. Starting at center, 6'5" senior, Finn Diggins. Starting at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Grant McMartin. Starting at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 32, Gabe Thompson. And starting at a guard, a 6'1" senior, number 33, Elijah Morris. Yellow Jackets coached by Dave Cressup. He's assisted by Brian Schwantz, Grant Turkheising, and Brent Hansen.
Right, and my initial looks are a couple things coming off the Barnesville game, and you saw how important Tonsfeld was for the Trojans last night, and part of it was his ability to be that leader and control, kind of bringing that quarterback mentality into the basketball court, Well, tonight we have the same sort of situation. For those of you who have followed the Yellow Jackets, you've heard the name Bodie Magnuson. Bodie Magnuson switched from wide receiver to quarterback and is just a handful. And I'm kind of wondering, I haven't seen Pequot Lakes play yet, if he's not that same type of player. I know he's very athletic, Jason. I know that he can get up and down the floor, and I know from the football field that he's a really fast, quick individual. So it'll be interesting to see if that transfers over to the basketball court.
We'll take a quick timeout, come back here to the Hive as we get ready between the Patriots and the Yellow Jackets on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Lance Rock, I'm Jason Groth as we get ready to go, Lance, and this is going to be a fun one. We talked a little bit of few keys. I think another one that we didn't really touch on and haven't had a chance to touch on it much this year. Perham's got to find a way to stay out of foul trouble. They were able to kind of avoid a big run last night when Finn Diggins picked up 3 early first half fouls, and he did a great job of staying on the floor in that second half with 3 fouls.
Right, and then that could have been a key to the game if he would have got that 4th foul with Zenzen underneath. And it wasn't only him. Gabe Thompson had foul trouble. Micah Thompson had foul trouble. Now with Chaz Melvin out, and we'll find out where Soren Anderson is at, the bench is narrowing down a little bit too, Jason. So foul trouble could be a key, and I think you're spot on right there.
The Yellow Jackets again with a record of 10-2. They're 7-2 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference. Pequot Lakes 10-1, 7-0 in the Mid-State Conference, looking to run away with that one as they hold about a 2-game edge in that conference right now. As we get ready for our introductions, as well as our national anthem tonight, sung again by Perham Jr. Hannah Beck coming up momentarily.
And we're so glad you joined us, ladies and gentlemen. This would be one of those Friday night showcase games where you'd probably be seeing Letterman's jackets from other places just coming to see a game of this magnitude. So funny, it's the Magnitude Sports is now carrying it, and we're so glad that you're joining us.
Once again, another nice job by Perham Junior. Hannah back with the national anthem. As we get ready to go for the introductions here from the Hive by public address announcer Aaron Anderson. So you'll introduce the Patriots. Should be an exciting contest, Lance.
Yeah, the one thing that I always look for as a fan, and you guys can look for as fans at home tonight, is the matchups. I always try to kind of pick out for myself as I'm watching the starting lineups happening here, who do I think is going to guard who, and then compare it to what Coach Cressup and his staff think, who's going to guard each other. And as you can see, a lot of length, probably a lot of length coming off the bench for the Patriots here, and could cause a little trouble, especially like you said, if foul trouble rears its ugly head again. But this is just set up so nicely for such a fun atmosphere in here, and you can just start to feel it already. That you mentioned playoff basketball last night, Jason. It really feels like playoff basketball tonight.
Patriots again, Bodie Magnuson, Alex Morgan, Ryan Monahan, Eli Leposki, and Sam Rissavi. Head coach Rich Spitzka, Greg Martig, the assistant, Luke Frederick, an assistant as well. The Yellow Jackets, Marcus Belka, Finn Diggins, Grant McMartin, Gabe Thompson, and Elijah Morris. Here tonight, the Yellow Jackets go 4 seniors and a junior. On the other side, Pequot Lakes goes 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore.
And another little added touch tonight for those of you at home that couldn't see, it's Parents' Night, so that's always kind of a special night where little gift given to the parents and a good thank you by athletic director and public address announcer Aaron Anderson thanking the parents. You know, it's such a great thing, and when you're a kid, you don't really understand how much your parents do for you. As you're getting to my age, you really realize how much your parents do.
Finn Diggins and Sam Rissavi will take the tip. Rissavi for the Patriots, Diggins for the Yellow Jackets. Nice tap there. And the Yellow Jackets get it from Elijah Morris. Morris, right side, Belka. Looks inside, not there. Now they swing it over left side, Elijah Morris. Morris in the lane, comes to Diggins. Down to the right side, Grant McMartin. There's a screen for him. McMartin into the lane, loses control of the basketball, and here come the Patriots. That's Magnuson. And now it's settled down there for Alex Morgan. Handoff here, now goes right side. With it there, Leposki now comes over near side. Morgan now to Magnuson. Magnuson with Belka out on him, goes all the way to the right side. They swing it around. Comes back here to Magnuson. Goes behind the back into the lane, weaves through traffic. Gets it there for Monahan. It's tapped out of his hands and out of bounds. Will stay with the Patriots. And there's that pressure defense the Yellow Jackets like to employ in the half court.
Right, so 2 things that we've already talked about is the pressure defense by the Yellow Jackets. The other one was Patriots trying to run, and we saw the first eye test of Bodie Magnuson. He can get up and down the floor.
Monahan into the lane, shot no good. Morris the rebound, out to Diggins. Diggins with the layup, no good. He wanted the dunk, but Magnuson with his speed came back and altered that. Right side, Monahan, the long 2, no good. Rebound into the lane, it's grabbed by McMartin.
And Jackets are trying to settle it down, and that was another key is I don't think we want to get in the helter-skelter game with the Patriots. That's where I think they're at their best.
Belka with it, looks into the lanes, cut off, now resets to Grant McMartin. Now near side, Gabe Thompson over to Belka again. Belka gets the screen, goes into the lane, stops, looks for help, gets it to Thompson. Cross court for Morris. Morris will drive baseline to the hoop strong for 2.
And there's that baseline drive, and that's definitely someone the Yellow Jackets want to get started off strong as Morris. And that's a good sight for the Yellow Jacket fans.
Yellow Jackets on the way back. He calls for a foul. The foul is on Marcus Belka, his first. And now with it is Monahan. With a near side, Morgan. Morgan in the lane, spins. Jumper is good. He gets a shooter's roll.
The interesting thing is you look at Morgan and you see guard. Great post-up move there.
Belka drives. The reverse layup is good. A nice move by Marcus Belka.
Wow, was that ever nice. Taking it right up to the rim. And I was going to finish that. we saw him guarding Finn Diggins down below at 6'1", so let's see if that's a matchup to get Finn down in the post.
Monahan looks inside. Diggins gets the steal. Looking for Risavy. Now with it, Morris. Now to McMartin. And I noticed earlier this Patriot squad likes to take a lot of chances defensively as Morris gets a shot to drop, and he's fouled.
Right, I think they're kind of trying to bait the Yellow Jackets into playing faster than they really want to. So far, great job of being calm. Great pass by Grant McMartin and Morris with a nice little bunny there.
Fouls on Ryan Monahan, his first. Free throw is good for Morris. He's got 5. Yellow Jackets up 7-2. Looking to drive and going to the hoop is Magnuson. He gets it to go, and he's fouled. Magnuson shows off his speed, gets the lamp, and now has a chance at a three-point play.
I think that tonight is going to be the most difficult matchup for the Yellow Jackets. You just saw that blow-by ability right there as he just bursted right to the basket.
Free throw on its way is good. Now coming back the other way, Morris. Hand off there for McMartin. Now to Diggins. Diggins picks up dribble, hands it off to Belka. Belka goes left side with it. Now to Diggins. Inside to Morris, and a foul. That's going to be on Monahan. That'll be his second.
Not sure if this is a design, and it must be because it's 3 possessions in a row now that we've seen Elijah Morris down on the block, which is not what we've seen in the past. He's been known for his three-point shooting. So interesting little twist here by the Jackets coaching staff.
Belka to inbound, goes up top for McMartin. McMartin thought about a long three, passes it up, now dribbles to his left. Comes back near side in the lane, kick out here, Thompson. Thompson to fire the three, off the iron, no good. Rebound quickly grabbed by Leposki. And coming back, Magnuson. Now they drive, Morgan gets cut off. Comes back up top to Magnuson. Now he tries to feed Rasavi, it's too strong, it goes out of bounds.
And I really think there, Jason, that he caught vision of Marcus Belka diving deep into that, and it made him throw it a little higher than he wanted to. If Marcus wouldn't have done that, it probably would have been a wide open layup.
Morris with it. Looks now, Diggins in the low post. Into the lane, left-hand shot blocked by Rasavi. And coming back, Magnuson. Magnuson is fouled on his way to the hoop. He'll be shooting 2. And you talked about that matchup and Magnuson's speed. He gets free. Watch out.
And what I've seen so far, Jason, in my view, is he's always open because he's just so confident with the basketball, which is what I wanted to see, how well he could handle the rock. And tonight, he's not scared to go 2-3 guys in and just try to blow by them.
Belka called for the foul, his second. The free throw by Magnuson is no good. Thompson the rebound. Yellow Jackets lead by a point. 14-15 to go in our opening half here from the Hive in Perham. Been a battle of 2 state-ranked squads in AA basketball. And this non-conference clash as Diggins picks up his dribble, goes to Thompson near side. Now to Grant McMartin. Now Morris into the lane. The quick floater, no good. Rebound Micah Thompson. The putback is good.
Again, and we say it in and night out, Micah Thompson makes his living right down there, Jason. He's so long, he gets those putbacks a lot of times.
Magnuson with a strong drive, loses the basketball on the way up, but it's tapped out by the Yellow Jackets. Savvy with it. Now a three-pointer coming on its way, no good. Rebound grabbed. And now Magnuson in the lane, bounce pass there for Morgan and a foul. Foul will be on McMartin, his first, team's third.
Again, and you see as Magnuson breaks down that defense, that's where the foul trouble is going to come, is trying to catch up to where he's going.
Leposki to inbound to the backcourt. Gets it there for Harmala. Now comes the Magnuson near side. Magnuson gets a screen from Risavy, excuse me. They swing it over to the far side. Morgan looking to drive on Thompson into the lane. Off-balance shot, no good. Risavy battles with Diggins, and Diggins just hauls it down, grabs it, but it's tied up. Possession arrow will stay with the Patriots.
The other thing we don't talk about a lot, Jason, but how the officials call this game might make a difference too. A lot of body contact right now with no calls. So let's see who gets the advantage from that.
Magnuson leaps up, catches the pass near the half-court line. Now it goes over to Harmala. Now to Morgan, looking for Recipe inside, not there. And now it comes back to Magnuson. Magnuson gets the screen, looks to go right, but the lane quickly closed on him. Now he goes in the lane, they close again, and it comes near side.
I think that's going to create a wide open three for one of the outside players for the Patriots if they're ready to shoot the ball.
Or a nice backdoor cut there with a pass and shot no good. Morgan's going to get a foul. That's Alex Morgan's first. Magnuson with a nice cut in the lane saw Morgan going back over the shot, or the foul after the missed shots is on Morgan.
And then the foul on Morgan's one of those frustration fouls because you saw it when he slapped his hands there. He was frustrated he didn't make that bunny in his eyes.
McMartin in the lane, now to Thompson, over to Morris. Morris in the lane, softly throws up a shot, no good. Morris gets the board. Short fadeaway is good for Elijah Morris.
And again, that stays true. That I believe that's his 7th shot in the lane tonight. No threes taken yet.
He's got 7 points for the Yellow Jackets. They lead 11-6. Magnuson gets the screen. Into the lane, Diggins tries to poke it away, but Magnuson floats it up, no good. Razavi is there for the rebound, but it's no good. Rebound grabbed, and a floater is no good. That time by Leposki. And there's Razavi for the baskets.
4 offensive rebounds there, and that can't happen. And you can see Coach Cressup's not happy about that. It's going to be a team effort with this quickness and speed of the Patriots.
McMartin with it. Now we'll go to Gabe Thompson. Over to Micah Thompson. There's a screen for him. He'll drive, cut off, go to Morris. Morris in the lane. Kick out pass, Gabe Thompson. Will drive, left hand shot, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Patriots, and they'll come back the other way with Magnuson. Magnuson, nice dribble in the lane, spins, loses control, gets it back to Leposki. He picks up his dribble, now comes back to Magnuson.
Magnuson's kind of a human highlight film, Jason. He's all over the court.
Now he has it looking inside, not there. As Diggins and Recipe battle in the paint. Now near side it goes. Magnuson with Thompson on him. Magnuson wriggles his way in the lane, but they converge to the Yellow Jackets. Well scouted, do they have Magnuson when he gets in the lane? Now it comes near side for Harmala. Now they swing it over for Morgan. Nice defensive possession so far for the Yellow Jackets. We'll see what comes of it. They lead by 3 on the Patriots.
Nice defense, Jason, but backed off, not pressuring as hard as they were to start the game. So let's see what happens here.
Magnuson drives, shot no good. Rebound tapped around, Recipe gets it. His putback is short. And the Yellow Jackets get the board.
And it's almost like Magnuson throws that up thinking, if I don't get it, it's like an assist to Recipe. So he's got to hit those little bunnies here for them.
And a turnover, Magnuson gets it, now a foul. It's going to be on Diggins. His first, team's 5th. 10:01 to go in the first half. Yellow Jackets lead 11-8. Recipe will get a breather now.
This is a fast-paced game for both teams, and that tend is, I think, is in favor of the Patriots right now, even though the scoreboard doesn't show that.
Nick Kataska in. Gets to Magnuson. Evan Rudis came in as well for Pequot Lakes. Now Leposki gets a screen. Now it goes back to Magnuson. Magnuson with a pass to Morgan here. Morgan goes right side. Thought about the jumper, passes it up. Leposki takes the 3 and hits it.
Nice series and nice set there. I'm starting to wonder if we're not going to see the Patriots spread the floor a little bit. The Jackets are able to corral Magnuson because it's such a tight offense right now.
Diggins to the hoop. Shot no good. He's fouled. Fouls on Alex Morgan. His second puts Diggins at the line.
That might be a key foul too, Jason, is that they're looking at having him guard Diggins. You put maybe the second defender on Diggins and it frees him up a little bit more.
He gets the first to go, and the Yellow Jackets regain the lead. They're up by a point with 9:13 to go in our opening half here at the Hive. Second free throw is good. So Diggins is on the board now with 2 points. And the Yellow Jackets lead by 2. Magnuson slowly brings it up. But we know he has that quick burst. We'll see if he uses it, but he gives it to Morgan this time. And now we got 3 seconds in the lane on Eli Leposki.
Perham's coaching staff wanted an illegal screen, so your point kind of gets across and you yell even though it's 3 seconds in the lane, so let's see if the officials start watching for that.
Now it's stolen away by Leposki. Leposki with the reverse layup is good. Kaden Sashaus came in for the Yellow Jackets as well now, as Micah Thompson brings it up court for Soren Anderson, who has just checked in as well. Soren Anderson with it. Led all scorers last night for the Yellow Jackets with 15, drives the hoop, gets blocked. And now Magnuson coming back. Magnuson, the reverse layup is good.
And Finn picking up that first foul, you saw he kind of hesitated, didn't want to pick up that second foul after last night, so maybe that's the play, is what they remember from last night.
Anderson with it to Diggins. Now to Morris. Morris, near side, Sasha. Now to Micah Thompson. Thompson into the lane, left hand, good. The kiss off the glass, and Micah Thompson's got 4, and we're back to 15-all.
Yeah, we talk about the Yellow Jackets sophomores in Anderson and Thompson, but Leposki is also a sophomore and is off to a hot start for the Patriots.
Magnuson calls out the offense, directs Alex Morgan to kill him up. He'll go right side. Now give it to Leposki. Back to Morgan as they work the weave in the backcourt. Familiar offense of the Kansas Jayhawks as they look to drive that time, but it's stolen away by Finn Diggins. Regroups and gets it over to Soren Anderson, now to Morris, who gets it back to Soren Anderson. Now it goes back to Morris. Looking to drive, kick out near side. The 3 for Soren Anderson, no good. Micah Thompson the rebound. Hops into the lane, fires up a shot. Doesn't get the roll. The putback by Sasha, no good. And Magnuson's there for the Patriots.
And off to the races we go again.
And it's stolen. And now Diggins is going to go. Leposki in on him, and the layup is good by Finn Diggins. The Yellow Jackets back up by 2, 17-15, 6:50 to go in our opening half.
And I almost get this is the sense of them pulling the ball out, gives Magnuson just a little breather, and then he's ready to go again.
Magnuson picks up his dribble. Now hands it off there for Nick Kataska. Goes in the lane, kicks out. Now driving Morgan, the layup good.
And we have a timeout by the Patriots. And what better start can we ask for? 17-17 with 6:25 left to go, Jason.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prime, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a 4-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
Welcome back to the Hive. We're tied at 17. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock, and this game has been as advertised here tonight. Thompson with it now over to Morris, looks down low. That's the basket's up and in by Finn Diggins.
Nice set by Cressup there. Coach Cressup out of the timeout.
Diggins has 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Now with it, into the lane, Morgan. Morgan spins, kick out. Leposki now for Magnuson. Looks inside, not there. We'll swing it over left side for Harmala. Now it goes all the way around the court for Morgan. Back up top, Harmala here to Magnuson. Looks inside, not there, goes right. Morgan will launch the 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound off the floor and out of bounds. Will stay with the Patriots.
Again, that team rebounding, I didn't see it that time, and I think Coach Cressup is encouraging the kids, hey, everybody has to rebound against these guys.
They had Magnuson cutting, but didn't see it until it was too late on the inbound. Now he'll get the ball back up top. Magnuson will just drive by his defender, floated up and in for 2.
It's a tough matchup, and it's kind of one of those, if you cut off that drive, he's going to find the open guy. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Jackets get more help defense going.
Diggins with the spin. The shot off the glass is good for 2. Yellow Jacket fans have come familiar to seeing that spin move from Finn Diggins throughout the years.
It's kind of best on best right now as Magnuson and Diggins going back and forth.
Morgan goes here in the lane, tries to spin, but it's blocked by Thompson. Now up ahead to Micah Thompson. Left-hand dribble now to Finn Diggins, thought about the 3. Will now hand it off to McMartin. Now coming near side, Gabe Thompson over to Morris. Morris, the long 2 is good. It was a long 2. They're going to debate. Oh, it's going to be a long 2 for Elijah Morris. Looked like his left foot was on the line. Makes it 21-19. No, They called it a 3 now. There was no official call on the floor. I thought it was a 2, but they're going to give it a 3 to make it 24-19.
And I don't see the Patriots really arguing it, whether they knew what happened or not. But here's a nice feed down low. And foul as Gabe Thompson kind of gets that forearm a little bit too much into the back. And little kind of an easy call there for the official.
I think they're discussing if it was a 2 or a 3 on that one as well. We'll get an official ruling.
Yeah, we got a stoppage of play, and I think they're asking at the head scoring table now, Bobby Shepard asking whether it was a 2 or a 3, and now the coaching staff is 2. Looks like they settled in on a 3.
Inbounds pass here and looking to drive. There's Harmala, and he traveled.
Yeah, it's kind of that deceiving. In the old gyms, the wall was there, Jason, and you knew you were getting into no man's land. In the new modern era gyms, you drive that baseline and you realize you're way underneath the basket, surrounded by 3 guys and really nowhere to go.
Morris with it. Drives near side, has the basketball. Now goes left. Comes to Gabe Thompson. And a foul away from the basketball.
Yeah, one of those fundamentals of defense, not letting cutters go where they want to, but maybe a little bit too much aggression there. But they're definitely trying to push the Yellow Jackets off course.
Simon Wolfelstan on the foul there. Yellow Jackets with it. Now it goes to Thompson. Hands it off to Elijah Morris. Into the lane, but loses control as Magnuson picks him off. Magnuson goes up with the reverse and gets it to go. Magnuson filling up the score sheets for the Patriots. It's 24-21.
And that's 5'10", going up against 6'5", and he didn't hesitate 1 second. So he's done that a time or 2.
McMartin drives. His shot's blocked, but he's fouled.
I really like that part of Grant McMartin's game, and I think when he kind of goes away from that, it affects the Yellow Jacket offense. He's such a kind of a slithery guy to get to the basket and creates damage, not always making the shot, but in fouls.
Free throw by McMartin is good. The foul's on Magnuson, his first, team 6th. It's 25-21, 3:31 to go. McMartin gets a second to go. And Magnuson will bring it up for the Patriots. Magnuson, hand off there for Leposki. Now goes near here for Morgan. Morgan with the near side pass for Wolfelstad. Back to Magnuson. Over to the right side. Looking to get in the lanes, Leposki, but he gets cut off there by McMartin. Now to Morgan. Near side it goes. Wolfelstad with it. Comes back up top for Magnuson. Now far side, Leposki. Leposki to Magnuson. He drives through and gets the layup for two.
And you feel like they're just weaving, Jason, just waiting for that time that Magnuson says, there's my opening, and he explodes. They kind of wait till Diggins is on the other side, and he uses that basket to as kind of a defense for himself so he doesn't get that shot blocked.
Morris with it, drives, spins, gets it to Micah Thompson. Thompson goes up and his shot's blocked by Ricevi. Now Magnuson back with speed with the extra step there, tries to hand it off. Instead he hands it off to Grant McMartin, and a foul. And that foul is going to be on Morgan. It'll be his third.
And like I said, that's a key. He's been the primary defender on Diggins up to this point, and it also puts the Yellow Jackets into the bonus and sends Grant McMartin to the line to shoot 1-on-1.
Foul situation we talked about in the pregame show was more about the Perham side, and now we take a look at it. It's for Pequot Lakes in foul trouble. And McMartin at the line to shoot one. And the bonus.
And I kind of thought they were going to leave Morgan in there for a little bit, which I thought was a high-risk move. And then the assistant coaches said, hey, wait a second, we got 3 fouls on our guy.
Evan Rood is now in for Pequot Lakes as the Yellow Jackets lead by 5 after the free throw. And now Soren Anderson will come back in for the Yellow Jackets.
Nice little run there for Grant McMartin and a kind of a key point to build that 5-point lead.
Magnuson with it. Now hands it off to Leposki. Magnuson directs and gets the handoff into the lane with his speed. Layup no good. Thompson the rebound.
That's kind of been the difference in the game in my eyes is they missed about 4 of those. They'd probably be ahead right now, Jason, if even half of those that they missed by the rim would have went in.
Micah Thompson, almost shuffled, but Diggins with it. Into the lane, strong, up and under, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Patriots.
Again, body contact, but it's been both ways.
Magnuson with it. Now Leposki thought about the very long 3, pass it up. Magnuson with it. Looks inside, it's not there. Might look again. Looking for some help, and now gets it from Leposki. Handoff it goes. Harmala. That was Wolfelstad handing it off to Magnuson. Magnuson. Back up top. They swing around the left side. To the right and a 3, and it's good. Simon Wolfelstad with the 3. And now we're at a 2-point game with a minute to go in our opening half here at the Hive.
That's one of those, Jason, I'm disappointed there's only a minute left. It's been such a fun, quick half.
Diggins into the lane. He's fouled, and it drops. And he has a chance at a 3-point play.
It's been fun to watch Diggins kind of reassert himself into the post here in the last 3-4 games and really help the Yellow Jackets with this winning streak.
Free throw good for Diggins. 31-26 to go. Yellow Jackets lead by 5 in our first half.
Little stoppage for Finn to tie his shoe there, and we get back with Magnuson bringing the ball down the floor.
Patriots swing around. It goes back to Magnuson. Into the lanes, fast. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's on Morris, his second.
And that's who's been primarily guarding Magnuson or having the opportunity to try to guard him as he's using his speed.
Magnuson misses that free throw. .2 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets by 5 here at the Hive. He gets the second to drop. Now Micah Thompson will bring it up short.
Little zone switch there. They're back into a zone here, and we'll see if they can cover up all the shooters.
Thompson with it. Yellow Jackets with 20 seconds now. Cross court, McMartin thought about it. Passed that shot up. Will dribble back out with 15. Now Thompson with it. Near side it goes Gabe Thompson to Soren Anderson with 10. Now with 9, the corner Gabe Thompson. The jumper gets the roll. It is a 3 for Gabe Thompson. And a steal and a putback, no good there by McMartin, and the Yellow Jackets will take a 34-27 lead into the break on the Patriots here after a great first half.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody can be disappointed who's watching, and there's certainly everybody's kind of on the edge of their seat, and a 7-point lead seems like a big lead, but as you watch Magnuson get up and down the floor, it wouldn't take long for them to go, but I'm going to shoot one little key before we take a break here. I think it's going to be Leposki who's got to be that guy, Jason. He's got a really nice stroke from that three-point line, so I'm kind of predicting he might.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Well, welcome back here at the Hive. A good first half. Yellow Jackets lead 34-27 on the Pequot Lakes Patriots. Balance attack again for Perham. Finn Diggins leads away with 11 points. Elijah Morris with 10. That's Micah Thompson with 4. Grant McMartin with 4. 3 on the board for Gabe Thompson and 2 for Marcus Belka. Leading the way for Pequot Lakes, no doubt about it, it's Bodie Magnuson with 13. 5 on the board for Eli Leposki, 3 for Simon Wolfelstead, 4 for Alex Morgan, and 2 for Sam Risavi. As the Yellow Jackets lead the Patriots 34-27 here on the Magnitude Sports Network in Lance. Unique first half. Yellow Jackets know they got their hands full with the speed of Magnuson, but it's almost one of those things where maybe you let him do what he can, get to the hoop and close down as he gets to the hoop, but you need someone else for Pequot Lakes to step up.
Exactly, and I think if you're the Yellow Jackets coaching staff, you know Magnuson's going to get his points. And it's shutting down all those other players. And the one interesting player to me, they're chock loaded with a lot of good players, no doubt about it. You're not where you're at in this part of the season being 10-1 without it. But Lipinski just has that look, Jason, to me, like he's that guy that can go off hitting the threes. He's pretty long, he's pretty smooth, he handles the ball really well. I guess I'm looking to see maybe if he kind of steps up to become that second scorer, because to me that's what they're looking for right now. They know Magnuson's going to get theirs. Who's going to be that next guy?
And you look at the Yellow Jackets side of things, Elijah Morris started strong, got 10 points in that first half. Finn Diggins really doing a good job in the paint and the post and working his spin move and drive to the hoop. He has 11. And the Yellow Jackets kind of need maybe that secondary story, because what kind of adjustments are Pequot Lakes going to make in that second half?
Right, and I would guess that Pequot Lakes is probably thinking now, what just happened there? I don't remember too many three-pointers other than the one that sticks out right before half by Gabe Thompson. It's Morris inside. It's Diggins inside, getting to the free throw line. So kind of a non-typical game for the Yellow Jackets. I'm more accustomed, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, to seeing some more threes going up. And now they've just really had a concerted effort to get that ball in the paint, whether it's off a dribble drive or entering from the wing. So a real change of kind of strategy for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised to see that. Like you said, the Yellow Jackets, and I think might be part of the injury situation. We know Soren Anderson battling a leg injury. There's no Chaz Melvin tonight. And that may play a role, but the way they're finding a way to attack is going down low with Morris and Diggins down low and having a lot of success that way.
Well, and you look at the success, it isn't even all just those guys. You look at Grant McMartin attacking that baseline. Soren attacked that baseline. Micah's been attacking that baseline. So they must see something that they think that they can get to that baseline and get some easy baskets for themselves. So interesting to see what happens. Well, I know that the Patriots really want to get this upbeat, fast tempo going, but I don't think it's always been their favor, Jason, when they're going almost too fast.
Well, I think it's been more their favor than that half-court set and let Magnuson use his speed, because his first step, I think, is so strong. It's catching the Yellow Jackets off guard, and by the time they catch up, he's already by him.
Yeah, so guarding Magnuson, and I also think for the Yellow Jackets, when the Patriots really made hay on them was when we didn't take very good care of the basketball. So I think that key is going to be, how do we handle that pressure if they're going to continue with Magnuson and Morgan and those guys coming out and really pressuring? Can we handle that for the whole time? And so far, so good for the Yellow Jackets. And I wasn't sure they could play the up-paced game with the Patriots, and they're proving me wrong.
Well, we'll take a quick break, come back with your second half here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joyce Prine, and I've been with United Community Bank for the last 38 years. And one of the products that has gained popularity is our HELOC loans, which is home equity line of credit loans, which you can take the equity in your home and you can use it for various items, including home improvements or to purchase a four-wheeler or boat. Come visit with me anytime and we can discuss the home equity loan further. You can reach us on our website at ucbankmn.com.
We're back here at the Hive on the Magnitude Sports Network. Yellow Jackets lead 34-27. As we're just moments away from the start of our second half, Yellow Jackets will start with their usual five: Marcus Belka, Finn Diggins, Grant McMartin, Gabe Thompson, Elijah Morris. Foul situation there. Marcus Belka has 2 and Elijah Morris has 2. Same 5 for the Patriots. They're going to go with Magnuson, Morgan, Monahan, Leposki, and Risavi, Morgan, the only one in foul trouble for Pequot Lakes. He picked up 3 first half fouls.
Right, and you talk about foul trouble, and I think that Morgan third foul may affect later on the game. He's done a decent job against Diggins. Definitely Diggins' advantage size-wise. You know, and it was almost a little bit of a shame. Marcus Belka was off to a really hot start. A couple nice drives. Defensively was right there. Just got kind of 2 ticky-tack fouls on him, which sent him to the bench too. So let's see if he can start up and start on fire again and lead this Yellow Jacket team.
34-27 your score here in the start of the second half at the Hive. The Yellow Jackets looking to improve to 11-2. The Patriots looking to move to 10-1. The Yellow Jackets will get the ball to start the second half.
And I would suspect we see a set right off the bat, looking for a really good shot.
McMartin with it to Belka.
Patriots in the zone.
Now it's Morris far side, up top for McMartin. Now to Diggins. Diggins handoff, Thompson, the layup, good. High off the glass for Gabe Thompson, and he's got 5.
Yeah, nice look at that kind of that point forward spot we talked about by Diggins.
Now to the right side, that's Monahan swinging over to Magnuson. Patriot fans might be wondering why Monahan's wearing number 33. There's a jersey forgotten at home. Now driving in the lane, it's lost, and the Yellow Jackets will get it.
So good start by the Yellow Jackets. Quick bucket, turnover, and here we go.
Now they go to Thompson here near side. Morris to Diggins. Diggins, spin move, off the glass, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Monahan.
And back to man-to-man that time for the Patriots.
Leposki for 3, and there's the guy you talked about in the halftime show. And Leposki hits the 3. He's got 8.
And that was a big one because another empty trip there, and it could have really stretched that lead and put some pressure on the Patriots.
36-30. Belka with it now. Magnuson guarding on him. Now to Morris. Back to Thompson over the near side for McMartin. He drives baseline. McMartin gets a shot blocked there by Leposki. He initially beat him, but Leposki came back to a nice shot blocking the shots.
And I think that's a possession that the Yellow Jacket coaches are happy with. Keep driving, keep getting to the bucket, and putting the pressure on them.
Monahan with the steal, now throws it near court, trying to preserve it from going out of bounds, but it goes right to Gabe Thompson. And now McMartin will bring it up court. Yellow Jackets looking to settle things down a little bit here. Morris takes the 3, that one's short. Risavi with the rebound. And here's Monahan. Goes right side, Morgan, cut off there by Diggins. The Yellow Jackets defend on Magnuson. And now driving, and the floater, no good. Rebound grab by Diggins. Leposki's floater, no good. Diggins coming back the other way. Bounce pass for Thompson, but he takes too many. Oh, double dribble. Now they call it a travel.
Yeah, it definitely probably wasn't a double dribble, but it surely was a travel as he shuffled those feet coming through. Kind of a tough pass for him to handle. He was in no man's land there underneath the basket anyways. So, but we've seen him make those high arcing floaty shots before.
Morgan with it, gets to Magnuson. Magnuson gets the screen, goes right. Now Leposki. Leposki hands it off, Monahan. Bounce pass there, Morgan the open look for 3, it's good. And Alex Morgan hits the 3, he's got 7. And it's now a 3-point game.
I do like the switch on defense, putting Belka, someone different on Magnuson for a little while.
Belka hands it off, comes back now here to Thompson, back to Belka. Belka drives baseline, gets it poked away. And now coming back to the other side, Monahan. And the layup is good for Ryan Monahan.
and a nice run here for the Patriots as they pick them up full court. So we've seen zone, we've seen off the man picking up full court pressure. So Jackets are going to have to be ready for about everything right now.
Morris gets the screen. Now gets to Thompson. Thompson drives, left hand layup, no good. Rebound Leposki. Here's Magnuson. Magnuson, the scoop. And an offensive foul.
Nice work by Belka there. A great job of pushing him and getting Magnuson to have to use that elbow to free up his spot. So look for Belka to maybe come back in and lock up on Magnuson again.
Morris will bring it up as Magnuson's second foul. Now it goes to Grant McMartin. Near side, Diggins. Diggins spins. The left hand short, no good. Morgan the rebound.
And there's couple shots right at the rim. Jason just didn't fall. Kind of the opposite. The Patriots had that luck in the first half.
Magnuson gets the handoff from Nick Kataska. Now it goes back to him. Here's Leposki. The long three, good. He's starting to heat up. Eli Leposki. He's got 11. And now the Patriots lead by 2.
Right, and that was a deep three, and he caught it in stride and let it fly. Just had that feeling, Jason, in the first half that he could be one of those explosive players that the Patriots was looking for.
Diggins with it to Gabe Thompson. Thompson in the little lane. The left hand is good. Nice aggressive move by Gabe Thompson to go to the hoop strong to even it at 38. And coming back the other way, Leposki again too strong on that one. And Thompson gets the rebound.
And that would have brought the Patriots fan to their crowd if he would have hit that one. They were just about ready to explode, and it was just a little long.
McMartin with it. Goes to Thompson. Gabe Thompson picks up his dribble, now looking for help, gets it from Micah. Micah Thompson, with 13:05 to go, fires it over to McMartin. McMartin looking down low and wasn't there. Now a dribble back out.
One of the things watching at home, look where the Jackets are now starting their offense at about the volleyball line.
And Diggins gets the pass inside and goes off the glass to give the Yellow Jackets a 2-point lead.
So in that case, the spacing the floor really helped the Jackets. It gave Diggins a little bit more room to roam in there and find his spot.
Leposki, the floater, gets the roll for 2. First half it was Bodie Magnuson. Second half it's been Eli Leposki. And we're tied at 40. Morris with it. Cross court it goes to McMartin. McMartin drives, gets cut off. Looks down to the backside for Morris, off the glass for 2.
I hope you saw that at home. That was excellent eye contact between McMartin and Morris as they were sure they were going to dig and slid that defender over, and he threw it cross court and hit Elijah wide open for probably his easiest shot of the night.
Leposki, near side, Kataska. Now goes a 3 from the corner, no good from Morgan. Diggins the rebound. Diggins back the other way. Goes down low, Thompson. Thompson, shot altered by Risovi. The outlets it up ahead to Magnuson, and Magnuson with speed to the hoop. No good. Looking for contact. And we got a tough situation there as the official on the near side went down hard. We'll take a quick timeout. 11:28 to go, second half, 42.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
We're back here live at the Hive. The official on the near side has popped up, is walking it off, and appears to be okay. And he received a nice round of applause from the crowd here at the Hive. 42-40, Yellow Jackets with the lead.
And I think it's one of those things, Jason, it's probably something that's never said, but how nice is it now in schools that we have a trainer on staff? He hopped right over there to help, made sure everything was okay, and Colton Lehman does just a great job for Perham Schools as their trainer.
Morris gets the inbound pass as we're back to live action. Goes near side, Thompson. Thompson hands it off there for Soren Anderson. Now to Elijah Morris. Inside it goes to Diggins. Diggins off the glass is good.
Great teamwork there by the Yellow Jackets. Everybody in motion and got Diggins just a great look underneath.
Magnuson with speed is fouled on the floor. He picked the ball up about the H at the Hive, or knew what he was going to do when he got to the H at the Hive and drove.
Right, and it was one of those you see now where you cradle the basketball so the defender can't get in. Left nothing for Morris to do but kind of side check him, and now Elijah's got 3, so dangerous situation here for the Yellow Jackets.
In and out on the Leposki 3, and Anderson gets the big rebound. 44-40 to score, under 11 to go. We got a thriller at the Hive once again between these two teams, ranked in the top 15 of the state of Minnesota in Class 2A. Diggins backing down the defender into the lane, off the glass, no good. Recife the rebound, and Magnuson with speed outlets it up ahead to Morgan. Morgan the layup blocked away by Soren Anderson. Anderson will slow it down and get it to Morris. Nice read by Magnuson, but a nice play, and now a turnover here. As I was saying, a nice play by Anderson coming back on the great read, though, by Magnuson, showing that ability to see the floor.
Right, and he's as advertised. Magnuson, every time you turn around, he's making something happen on offense or defense, and what a fun player to watch.
Here's Monahan with it now. Goes left side, nice drive, but loses the ball. Goes right in the hands of Recife, and he puts it up for 2.
That was the excuse me assist. It got knocked out of his hand right into his teammate. He couldn't have put it there in an any better spot.
McMartin now with it, gets a screen from Thompson. Goes right to Finn Diggins. Diggins going to the hoop, loses control, now regroups. Gets it to Anderson. Yellow Jackets reset, Gabe Thompson. Now back to Soren Anderson. Anderson, nice move, goes near side. Drives baseline, kick out for Morris. They swing it around, Diggins takes the 3, hits it. Finn Diggins, the big 3 there. For the Yellow Jackets, and they're up by 5. He's got 18.
One of the things the Yellow Jackets can't do is take too long to celebrate, because before you know it, Magnuson and these Patriots are going to be right on your heels looking to score.
Monahan drives. They come back up top. Now to Leposki. He thought about it. Now back to Magnuson. He'll take the 3. It's good. Bodie Magnuson, his first 3 points in the second half.
And that's one of the first outside shots I've seen him take, and it looked pretty darn nice, Jason. So there's another part to his game.
Morris with it now. Thompson set a strong screen to get him across the timeline, and it goes to Anderson here. Into the lane. It's tapped out of bounds by Morgan. 8:53 to go. Yellow Jackets by 2. Micah Thompson back in for the Yellow Jackets. And Nick Kataska's in for the Patriots, giving Monahan a breather. Diggins gets the inbounds pass through traffic, no good. Rebound free to Thompson. He snipes his way to the hoop and gets to go.
I never really know if Thompson gets to look at the basket, but he's sure good at that, Jason.
He's got 9 on the night, 6 in the second half as Morgan dribbles into trouble and loses the basketball.
Dribbles right into his own man, so a little help by the Patriots there is a good turnover and a good chance for the Yellow Jackets to extend this lead.
McMartin into the corner, gets cut off, gets a nice screen from Thompson. Now kick out near side, Thompson. Micah Thompson into the lane, nice pass into the lane for Morris, and it's tapped away. Here's Kataska. Hands it off Leposki. Leposki with it. Now it goes to Magnuson. Morris out on him as Magnuson takes a deep breath, gets the screen, looks inside, gets cut off. Goes to Morgan. Up top goes Leposki. The long 3 from him. Too strong. Rebound to Diggins.
Maybe a little deeper than he wanted to take that one, as that was about a 23-footer. And but he had been feeling it up to that point and let it fly.
McMartin with it, gets the screen, goes right. Now to Diggins. Diggins spins in the lane, fires up a shot, no good, and a foul. He'll be shooting 2. A patented spin from Finn Diggins. Gets him to the line as Sam Risby draws the foul. His second.
And one of the things I noticed there is they're going to dive Magnuson down onto Diggins and try to get that ball out of there on a steal. So little adjustment there. They're kind of looking at Finn's spin and know it's coming. He's diving in hard. So watch Magnuson when Finn gets the ball. He's going to try to get a steal here.
Yellow Jackets up by 5 with 7:29 to go as Diggins gets a second to drop.
Nice little stretch of the lead here for the Yellow Jackets, getting it to 6. And just like I talked about, Jason, Belka back on Magnuson now and did a nice job to start the second half.
Now goes to Magnuson. He's going to take the 3, and it's good.
And nothing you can do there. Hand in the face. He just hit it.
Morris with it. Now to Belka. Belka goes right side, floats in the lane. Layup is good for Marcus Belka. He's got 4 points.
Nice work by Belka. Man, that was a nice curl move on his point, and just confident went up to the basket. That's the confidence, Jason, that it's gonna bode well for the Jackets.
Driving Magnuson, no good on the shot, but the rebound to Kataska. He thought about it for a second. Will now give it to Bodie Magnuson. Magnuson, far side, Harmala. Now it goes to Kataska again. Long 3, good. That's Wolfelstad, excuse me, and he hits the long 3. He's got 6, and it's back to a 2-point game.
Just when you feel like the Yellow Jackets are going to stretch this lead, the Patriots make a big play like that and get themselves right back into it.
Morris kick out near side for McMartin. Diggins there. And they go around. They cycle to Morris on the far side. Morris thought about it for a second. Will get into the lane. Drop it off for Thompson to the hoop strong. He's fouled. Shot doesn't drop, but he gets to the free throw line.
And Kataska got there just a little bit late. He had the right idea. He snuck in on the backside, but just happened to hit his arm and sends Thompson to the line.
I actually call that on Morgan, and that's his 4th. That's a big foul there as Thompson gets the free throw to go.
Patriots are probably hoping it was on Kataska.
It's where one of those you ask your buddy, hey, can you lobby for that one?
Exactly.
As Leposki will come back in. And Kataska doesn't have a foul on him yet tonight. Second free throw is short. Magnuson with it. He's going to take the 3 and hit the 3, and we're tied at 54.
That's where Finn's got to show a little bit and help Marcus. That was a heavy-duty screen that he took, and you could see almost a little whiplash there by Marcus. And Magnuson is showing us the other side now, Jason.
Diggins to the lane and gets the layup to go for 2. Diggins knows he can beat his man off the dribble and drives to the hoop and gets it to go. It's a 2-point Yellow Jacket lead.
And now it's really hard to defend Magnuson. Before you could back off just a little bit knowing he was going to drive. Now he's hit 3 threes in a row, so now you got to be up on him and probably opens up that drive again.
Well, that definitely took away one of my keys in that halftime there. Didn't see that shot. Now they go inside Recife, and he gets it to go for 2. So once again, we're tied at 56, under 5 to go, winning time for both teams here. And both teams familiar with the win column as they both have 10 wins. Martin with it to Diggins. Yellow Jackets clear out and let Finn work. He drives, shot blocked. Ooh, goes to the floor. Diggins gets it back, and it's good. From the seat of his pants, Diggins for 2.
Not quite the Hoffaber one from way in the corner in the state tournament, but still an impressive shot.
And now a 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound. Ricevitz tied up. And a foul. It's going to be, I believe, on Diggins on the reach and on the foul. As Ricevitz, a 6'6" postman, made the one mistake you don't want to see a guy do is he put that ball down low. It worked out well for him, though, as he draws the foul. But you normally like to see a guy that size go right back up with that.
And Recipe's had a kind of a quiet, good second half, and especially when Morgan went out, he went to guard Diggins and is doing a pretty nice job with that length.
Magnuson to the hoop and gets the layup to go. And just like that, we got a timeout. We're even at 58 with 4:14 to go here in the second half on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rusted, Chief Lending Officer with United Community Bank. I'm just excited. We've been partnering with businesses for over 100 years. Come and see why so many of your friends and neighbors have put their trust in United Community Bank. Stop in and see us in Perham, Frazee, and Dent, or you can visit us online at ucbankmn.com. We're excited for you to be part of our community, United Community Bank.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Ready? We're back here at the Hive. We're knotted at 58, 4:14 to go. The Yellow Jackets with the basketball. Again, a battle of two state-ranked teams in the top 15. Perham ranked 15th, Pequot Lakes ranked 13th. As Perham's been steadily climbing up those rankings here of late. Down low to Diggins. Diggins shot up and in for two.
Nice job by Diggins. He was really patient there and gives the Yellow Jackets back the lead.
Magnuson back, floats up an off-balance shot and gets it to go.
And I know you don't like this saying, but that could have been an and one, Jason.
It definitely could have been. There's times, though.
There is times.
I'll say times on that saying. It's all about the timing. Near side it goes Anderson. Pass for Thompson too far, and the posse gets it. Magnuson spins, gets cut off, comes back up top. Now he's swinging over the far side, Monahan. Monahan drives baseline, kick out. Comes back to Leposki. Leposki, the floater is good.
He is a very veteran sophomore, Jason. He is just cool, calm, and collected, and that shot was nothing but smooth.
62-60 with 3 minutes to go. It's tapped out of the hands of Anderson and out of bounds.
Looked like the Patriots thought it might have hit a piece of the Yellow Jackets. We're too far away to make that call, but officials were right there.
2:58 to go. Thompson to inbound. To Morris. Morris with it. Now near side Diggins. Diggins into the lane strong. It's good for two. We're knotted once again. 2:45 to go. Magnuson brings it up court. Magnuson, left side, Leposki. Here's Monahan. Looks for Recife, not there. Now back to Morgan. Morgan on the floor with 4. Magnuson thought about it. Morris close quickly. Now Monahan drives. Goes to the hoop strong, no good. Rebound tapped around. Recife with the height, gets it. Puts it down low, and now held ball is the call.
Just what you said the time before, Jason. You really don't want a 6'6" kid bringing it down to his waist where anybody can get to it. Now Diggins is 6'5", but this time it works out. Next time it won't is out of bounds to the Patriots.
Posse to inbound. Wide open look for three. No good. Rebound to Rasavi, the long rebound. 2:15 to go. Here's Monahan. Now to Morgan. Morgan, the jumper. Doesn't get the roll, and a big rebound there by Grant McMartin with 2:05 to go and a timeout. We're knotted at 62 here at the Hive on the Magnitude Sports. Welcome back here to the Hive. 2:05 to go. 62-62 foul situation. Well, neither team's in foul trouble right now. 3 for Pequot Lakes, 2 for Perham, which could potentially play a role in a tight game right now with 2:05 to go.
Right, you might have to pick up a few fouls, and I guess if I had to sum this up, Jason, I'd do it in 3 words. What a game.
Exactly, and actually I got to correct myself there. There is one player in foul trouble. That's Alex Morgan. He's got 4.
Right, and you know, that was that key on that drive down there by Magnuson when he kind of bumped chest and went up and made it, and I said there might have been the and 1. That would have been 4 on Morris, I believe, at that point, which really would have, you correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, but I think Morris has 3. That would have been his 4th. That might have changed this game.
We're tied at 62, 2:05 to go here at the Hive. Between the Yellow Jackets and the Patriots, Finn Diggins will now bring the ball up court. Diggins finds Morris cutting to the hoop, and the layup is good for Elijah Morris. On the Yellow Jackets with a nice play out of the timeout, lead by 2.
Right, and that's a play we've seen. If you follow the Yellow Jacket, you've seen that backdoor cut many, many times, and they ran it to perfection.
Monahan. Now to Morgan. Near side it goes. Magnuson trying to weave his way through, and it goes to the floor, and the Yellow Jackets get it. And Diggins, after the handoff from Morris, gets to Thompson, and now back to Morris with 1:20 to go. Morris with it to Thompson. And a foul. And he knew that was coming at some point. Leposki quickly said, look at the scoreboard. That's Leposki's first.
And that's a smart move by a sophomore again, Jason, knowing he didn't have any fouls.
They're looking for another foul there. Diggins drives, and he's going to call for the offensive foul. And that one was a nice job by Alex Morgan, keeping his feet there in that situation, I thought.
And I'm going to go back to about 5 possessions ago. Magnuson went down and said, you know, Diggins likes to do this. Take the charge. And so kind of captaining that ship out on the floor.
64-62, 1:05 to go. Morgan with it. Now they come back here near side. Magnuson drives into the lane, floats up a shot. It drops.
I know I used this last night, Jason, but that was level of difficulty 10.
We're tied at 64 with 45 seconds to go. McMartin with it now to Diggins. Diggins will dribble it out here, and Savvy will come on him. Diggins will take his time. Now with 30 seconds.
Look at Figgins. Look at, oh, there's a tough one off the foot.
Rasavi goes to the bump, and an offensive foul on Rasavi. And once again, it's Gabe Thompson there in position, and he draws the offensive foul.
Wow, what a play by Thompson right there. And gives the ball back, and the shot went in, so it would have been good. And he was outside that semicircle.
We got a timeout. We'll keep it here. And you know the Yellow Jackets wanted the last shot there. Diggins tried a little bit of a crossover. Rasavi's got a big foot, and it kind of just happened to hit that. And Rasavi was there, and then Thompson reading the play well, knowing that the big guy, not used to going coast to coast, got in the lane and was able to draw the charge.
Right, and that, I don't know, Jason. You know, a lot of times I'd want it to be settled in the regular regulation time. Sometimes you don't mind seeing overtime if it happened to happen. But I'm looking here, the key I think is going to be, I bet you they're going to go back to Diggins, but look for Magnuson to go off of his guy. So whoever Magnuson's guarding, that guy, whether it's McMartin, whether it's whoever it is, has to be ready to look for that basketball. And we'll see if they, you know, if Diggins can take care of that basketball, I think somebody's going to get a wide open shot because I think they're going to run at him.
23 seconds to go here in the second half. We're tied at 64.
Little full court pressure here by the Patriots.
Gabe Thompson will inbound. Gets it to Morris. Morris will bring it up. Kataska on him.
And they can use some fouls here if they feel like there's an advantage to the basket.
Thompson now to Morris with 12. Near side, Micah Thompson. with 8 and a timeout by the Yellow Jackets with 7.6 seconds to go. Nice shot defensively by Pequot Lakes. Now we'll see what adjustments are made with the sideline inbound with 7.6 seconds to go in a tie game at 64.
I'm impressed with the quickness all throughout the lineup for the Patriots, Jason, and I'm also hats off to the Yellow Jackets. They're being really strong with the basketball. There's a lot of pressure on them right now.
Again, Finn Diggins having an outstanding night. Has had a big second half for the Yellow Jackets as we're tied at 64. And like you said, Magnuson, the guy you got to watch out for on the defensive side of the floor.
He's just so fast, Jason. You know, a lot of times you can account for a guy, you know, he's here. He's never going to make it to this spot. Let's run our offense through that point. I don't think you can say that with Magnuson. I think anywhere on the Yellow Jackets half of the court, he is a threat to come and get that basketball. So locating Magnuson, where he's at on D, and I think really crucial is who is he guarding, because that might be the person who gets the open look in this last 7.6 seconds.
Diggins with 28 points, 17 of them here in the second half.
And it's McMartin, so let's see what happens here.
Thompson to inbound. Nope, we got a timeout. And another one. We'll keep it here. We thank our sponsors again, United Community Bank and East Otter Tail Insurance, for their support of Yellow Jacket basketball here on the Magnitude Sports Network. 64-64. The Yellow Jackets 10-2. Pequot Lakes 10-1.
And you kind of get that feeling, Jason, these guys could play 10 times and it might go 5-5. You know, or it might be 9-1 to one team, but it's going to be all 1-point games.
This is an exciting one. We're going to see what comes out of this sideline entry timeout situation. Pequot Lakes has 1. Perham still has 2. With 7.6 seconds to go here at the Hive. Gabe Thompson inbound in front of the Perham faithful. Good crowd on hand, like you said. COVID-19 regulations allows 250 people in attendance, and they are all enjoying this one right now.
And again, one of the things you might want to look for here at the Yellow Jackets is some sort of back screen, back pick, or a backdoor cut. You know that the Patriots have been up in your face the whole game, and they're going to overplay. So if you can back pick somebody hard, you might get an open look to the basket.
Thompson, Gabe Thompson inbound. Gets it to Finn Diggins. Diggins with 6, now with 5. Near side, Micah Thompson with 2. And a foul. They had one to give. They wanted him to throw it in the backdoor cut, I think, to Diggins on that one.
Yeah, I do. And I did notice that Bodie did not leave the lane on that one, so he was waiting. And here we get another timeout by the Yellow Jackets.
1.4 seconds to go. The Yellow Jackets now will have to get a quick inbounds and hopefully get a good look, because that situation is, you still got time to get a shot off, but now you don't really have much time to run a play.
Right, at 0.4 you can only tip it. So with 1 second, that allows you probably a dribble, maybe, but definitely look for some hard screening action, maybe towards the basketball and looping them around. This is fun.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I was thinking with the play that the Yellow Jacks were just trying to run. Maybe you set that screen at the 3-point line, let Diggins go and try to do a backdoor alley-oop pass type thing to Diggins in the air.
And the other thing you can run off that is I know the coaching staff saw Bodie Magnuson stay in the lane there. Run that same action, slip McMartin out, and he's probably going to get a 15-foot jump shot for the win. Lots of options can happen here, and it's only our guesses, but we're having as much fun guessing as you are at home. So here we go.
Well, we'll see where they start on the floor. Now Thompson will inbound. Timeout situation, 1 apiece with 1.4 seconds to go. Gabe Thompson inbound. Now it's McMartin. McMartin to look for 3. It's blocked, and we got overtime.
And exactly what I thought would happen. Bodie Magnuson doubled off of it. It wasn't Finn, but it was Elijah that he doubled off of. And just a great job coming across the lane. And I'm sure the Yellow Jackets are disappointed they didn't score. The Patriots fans are really excited that they got the block there. And like I said, of all games, I'm not so disappointed to see 4 more minutes of this action.
We'll take a quick timeout, come back, get you set up for overtime here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Hive. 4 more minutes of free basketball, and if you've been tuning in, it's been free all night, and we thank you, and we thank our sponsors for that here on the Magnitude Sports Network, United Community Bank and East Otter Tail Insurance. We get ready to go to start this overtime. Tied at 64. Finn Diggins with 28 points, Bodie Magnuson with 28 points, the leading scorers for both teams. Tap to the near side, Magnuson gets it, and that's how we'll start overtime. There's Kataska, near side of Leposki, back to Magnuson. Magnuson looks to drive. Now coming in the lane, handed off for Kataska. Comes near side again, Magnuson looking inside, not there, they'll swing around. Morgan looks to drive. Gets cut off there by Thompson. Now Magnuson with the nice shimmy shake in the layup for 2.
Wow. That one was, he was going, one part of his body was going one way and his feet were going the other, and nobody knew where he was going except for him.
Gabe Thompson with it now, Elijah Morris. There's that play I was kind of looking for. And Morris steps on the sideline and turnover.
And now here's the first huge possession over. You always like to score first, but now with this turnover, if the Patriots get another bucket, it kind of puts the pressure back on the Yellow Jackets.
Magnuson with it to Kataska. Morgan to Leposki to Magnuson. Magnuson. Now Leposki, the open look for 3, too strong. Rebound grabbed eventually by Grant McMartin. And now to Morris, and Magnuson almost picked up a steal there, and he might get another one attempt. He is flying all over the floor as Bodie Magnuson, but the Yellow Jackets will settle down and across the timeline to Grant McMartin. Now Diggins with it. Into the lane, spins, and is called for the offensive foul. They anticipated the spin, did Morgan, and he draws the offensive foul.
And again, I go back, and Magnuson was telling those guys, hey, look for this. This is where we can get them. And so, again, another possession here that's really crucial for the Yellow Jackets on defense.
Magnuson with it. Dublin near side. They'll swing it over to Kataska. Kataska, handoff Leposki. Back to Magnuson. 2:20 to go. McMartin out on him now. The handoff Kataska. Stops, picks up his dribble, but gets help from Morgan. Morgan with it.
And it looks like with 4 fouls, they're content to kind of to back this out.
Near side, and now a timeout called by the Patriots. 1:58 to go here in overtime. It's 66-64.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless here, Jason, because I'm kind of sitting on pins and needles wondering what's going to happen. And I really felt like the Patriots coaching staff wanted their team to pull it out, and they kind of are in this attack mode. And I've seen it backfire when you stop going to the basket, especially when you have someone like Magnuson. But I think they're looking for that right moment where they weave in and out, and all of a sudden he sees that crack in the lane, and he hits it hard and takes it to the bucket.
Well, it's really tough to slow down a team that likes to attack as much as Pequot Lakes does. And it's one of those teams that's going to go against them in that situation.
Well, and the other thing is, I still think Leposki missed that three-pointer barely. I mean, it was just back iron. And I think if he gets that open look, I know they're up by 2, but sometimes that is really the hammer when you can nail that 3 here and go up by 5.
1:58 to go in overtime, 66-64. Inbounds pass, Magnuson in the backcourt. Like you said, the Yellow Jackets have 14 fouls. Now they try to close on Magnuson. They do to Kataska. Pequot content to slow things down, and there's a foul. It's on Grant McMartin.
And a smart one from Grant. There was no chance that he was going to throw a shot up. There was no chance for free throws, and we got to get closer to that bonus just in case.
Magnuson gets the loose ball off the inbounds pass. Now goes to the right side with it. Thompson forces him to pick up his dribble, and now a foul. To be on Micah Thompson. His first, team 6, so that gets you the shooting situation. Inbounds pass turned over. A break for the Yellow Jackets. 1:30 to go. Now Diggins with it. Diggins for Micah Thompson. Now to Morris. The long three from Elijah Morris is good! Elijah Morris hits a deep three, and the Yellow Jackets lead by a point. Magnuson back the other way, almost gets it stolen away, but he regroups. He launches a three, no good. Rebound near side, Kataska. Back to Magnuson. Looks inside, now we got a minute to go. Jackets by 1. Spinning in the lane, and a foul is going to put Magnuson to the line. And that foul is the 4th on Elijah Morris.
I think this is going to be the longest minute, Jason, we've called a basketball because there's a lot of basketball to be played here yet. And now, again, those free throws come to play.
The free throw by Magnuson is good. He gets the roll.
And that had to hit about 90% of the rim, Jason, and it a shooter's touch, and he's definitely a shooter.
67 all. And another thriller at the Hive. Free throw is good for Magnuson. He's got all 4 points in overtime for the Patriots. Thompson brings it up court. Now to McMartin. Here for Gabe Thompson near side for Micah Thompson to Elijah Morris. Morris with it to Finn Diggins. Diggins drives into the lane, up strong and good for 2. 69-68, 34 seconds to go. Patriots with the basketball. Yellow Jacket fans on their feet. And we got a timeout with 26.6 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets with a 1-point lead. After a nice move, and Diggins, he made the adjustment, didn't spin, and went up strong and got the layup.
Right, and I love the play that the Jackets ran when Morris got the 3. They were running that same action that they ran, kind of a back pick with Morris, trying to get Diggins the lob. As soon as Morris's guy realized that, he had to help, and it left Elijah wide open. It was a deep 3, but we've seen Elijah hit those many, many times, and it was so good to see him hit with confidence, and then the emotion afterwards. But then you got to give credit to the Patriots. They come storming right back, and you know this ball's probably going to be in Magnuson's hands.
26.6 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets by a point.
The interesting thing will be now is how hard will the Jackets pressure now that they're up? Will the Patriots hold for the last shot? Or do they go in their normal offense? When Bodie sees it, he takes it. And that's the questions that are all up in the air that we're going to get answered here in the next 26 seconds.
Morgan to inbound in front of his bench. Will go to Leposki. Yellow Jacket fans back on their feet, making some noise to support their team. Now Magnuson into the lane quickly, knifes through, fires at the shot, it's good. Yellow Jackets down by a point with 10 seconds and a timeout with 11.9. Bodie Magnuson just cool, calm, and collected. Knifes through the defense and gets the layup.
I think the old saying was he was as cool as the other side of the pillow, and he was. He was in the land of the trees, Jason, and didn't phase him one. He just hung in the air until he could get and found the basket and hit that little baby hook shot underneath. So now if you're the Yellow Jackets, where do you go, Jason?
I think you're going to number 10, Finn Diggins. And let him drive to the hoop and see what can happen. I know Pequot has made some adjustments there, especially on his moves, but a guy like Finn, it's tough to take the ball out of his hands in the situation. I know you got Elijah Morris with confidence as well, so there's another good option there as well.
Right, and it's going to be interesting to see if the Patriots, you talk about a chess match. Here's the ultimate chess match. Do the Patriots do the same thing they did on those last couple inbounds plays where they double with Bodie with his speed, and you're leaving that shooter open? I think they have to. I think Finn is to a spot right now you have to double him because he's just in his zone.
11.9 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets trail by a point. Gabe Thompson will inbound in front of the scorer's table. Micah Thompson gets the inbounds pass. Dribbles right side. Inside it goes Diggins. Magnuson comes back to the other side and gets called for the foul.
So there was the double, and it's what he's done all night. This time he gets caught on the arm, and it was close. And whichever team you were rooting for there, it probably didn't go the way, or went the way you wanted. So here we go, 1-1.
Diggins at the line. First free throw is good. He calmly hits that one. We're tied at 70. Perham has one timeout left. Pequot Lakes does not have any.
If he hits this, there's no time to celebrate, Jason. You better get back on defense because at about 4 seconds, Magnuson's going to be in a shooting spot.
Diggins' second free throw on its way. Hits that one. Yellow Jackets by a point. Magnuson with it, with 5, with 3, into the lane, loses the basketball to bounds. It's Perham basketball. The turnover gives it to the Yellow Jackets with 1.9 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets are debating about possibly calling timeout with 1 second to go. I think they might wait because of the inbound situation and then call it. Thompson the inbound.
This has to be a quick foul, like spot-on foul right now.
Thompson, past Diggins, gets it, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line with 1.3 seconds to go.
Well, if you're the Patriots, you got what you wanted. Magnuson going hard to the basket. It just happened to slip out of his hands as he was going up to shoot and went off of his knee and out of bounds.
A foul. They're going to call it on Kataska's first. Diggins at the line. The free throw no good. Rebound Risavi. Magnuson, they heave. It's no good. And the Yellow Jackets remain undefeated at the Hive as they win a thriller 71-70 over Pequot Lakes tonight.
I almost have no words, Jason, as everything that we could have possibly built this up to be, it was even better.
What an outstanding game it was between these two teams as the Yellow Jackets get the victory over Pequot Lakes, and Bodie Magnuson for Pequot Lakes, an outstanding night. And on the other side, Finn Diggins for Perham, coming up clutch when he needed with some big baskets, was outstanding as well.
It was a battle of those, well, two great teams, but those two seniors just, you could just see as they went, they wanted to put the team on their shoulders, and that's good to see if you are the Yellow Jackets, that Finn is in that mode again, where just get me the ball and I'm gonna lead you to the final and the win. And if you're the Patriots, there can be no head hanging there. You come to every home arena you go to, there's an advantage. I don't care, Jason. People can say whatever they want to. When you practice somewhere every day and shoot at the same baskets every day, there's an advantage there. And for them to walk into here and play the way they did, they're definitely a class act team, coached well, they played hard, and they gave the Yellow Jackets everything they wanted here tonight.
What a big victory for the Yellow Jackets. They earned the 71-70 victory over Pequot Lakes here at the Hive. Yellow Jackets improved to 11-2. Pequot Lakes drops to 10-2, but they're receiving, you may hear it in the background, a nice round of applause from the fans that made the trek over from Pequot Lakes. Well, what a performance tonight it was by both teams here at the Hive. And not much more you can say. We'll come back, wrap it up with some totals here on the Magnitude Sports.
Hi everybody, my name's Andy Eckhoff, Business Development Manager at United Community Bank. We're a one-stop shop and our experienced staff is here to help you in any way we can. I want you to know that when you bank at United Community Bank, you have a whole team behind you, and our team wants to know your goals and how we can help you get there. We're the #1 commercial lender in the Lakes area. Come see us at United Community Bank, where the future is bright.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
There you go. Well, welcome back here to the Hive. What an outstanding performance tonight's game was from both these squads. As Perham earns a 71-70 victory over Pequot Lakes. Just a thrilling basketball game tonight. We saw a show from both these teams.
I thought, Jason, it was going to be a close game and could go either way. I thought it was 2 great teams that were going to be well coached. And I just was excited to watch it, and it was even better than what I expected. And there's not many times you leave the gym building up the hype that you built up to start with 2 ranked teams, 2 teams that are going to, go after their section, and it's a better game than what you thought it was going to be, and it was a better game.
Finn Diggins leads away for Perham with 32 points, 4 of them coming in overtime, 17 in the second half. Elijah Morris had 17. He hit that big three-pointer that really changed the ebb and flow of this overtime. I mean, he hit that big three. I mean, off that turnover from Pequot Lakes, hits the big three, but they answered, of course. But then it was Perham able to get the big shots when they needed. But what an outstanding game there for those guys. Gabe Thompson with 10. Micah Thompson with 4. Marcus Belka with 4. Grant McMartin with 4 for the Yellow Jackets. Now on the flip side, Bodie Magnuson, 34 points to lead all scorers tonight. 15 for Eli Leposki, 7 for Alex Morgan, 6 for Simon Wolfelstad, 6 for Sam Rissavi, and 2 for Ryan Monahan. As the Yellow Jackets earn a 71-70 victory tonight over Pequot Lakes. And Lance, you just look at these 2 teams, Section 7, Section 8. I don't know how they're matching up for state, but if these 2 teams happen to meet again, God, it would be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it was fireworks from the get-go, Jason, and it was just so fun to see these kids really battle and compete, and that's what high school athletics is all about. I think you could sum it up right here. It was a tough battle. Kids were physical. They were picking each other up. They were patting each other on the back when they made good plays, and I think both teams really left tonight respecting the other team, and that's you can't say any more for high school athletics than that.
Just an outstanding game here at the Hive. Yellow Jackets earned that 71-70 victory, improved to 11-2, and key moments for Perham was able to make the adjustments when they needed, and one of them, the big adjustments, was Finn Diggins on his drive to the hoop.
Yeah, and Finn just kind of took over that game in the second half, and you hope that out of your seniors. Finn did it. Elijah came up with big shots. I thought Grant McMartin was really, really steady. We got a little nervous about handling the ball there, and they kind of looked to Grant, and Grant kind of just took it. And so you kind of look for that senior leadership. And then on the other side, for the Patriots, I mean, wow, I am more than pleased that I got to watch Bodie Magnuson play basketball. I thought he was really electric on the football field. I think he's even just as electric, if more dynamite here. And then really nice player in Leposki, 6'1", 10th grader. He certainly didn't play like a 10th grader, and that bodes well for the Patriots as they look to make a long, deep run into the playoffs.
An outstanding game here from the Hive. We thank you once again for tuning in, and thank all of our sponsors here for making this happen. For Lance Rock, I'm Jason Groth. The Yellow Jackets earned a 71-70 victory here on the
proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.